we have the tournament kicking off. Let's get some hype in the chat.
Yeah, so pretty interesting comp coming out from Dredge Pirates. They have some like weapon specialists. Squib plays a lot of Dynamo Roller, and Spider plays a lot of Range Blasters. So we see that here, and a good balance of paint with the Junior and K-Shot. As really quickly Stitch getting off to a nice aggro pick, and they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on Dredge Pirates, or on Inksync right away. But a nice pick from Eevee to take off that pressure, and even getting a double kill. So great work from Eevee trying to sneak up on somebody right now through the bridge. Their teammates, actually going to be forced to jump out because their teammates were not able to get paint control.
Right, jumping out back to the back line. I'm actually really curious about the Range Blaster pick here. I think because it's Sturgeon, they can decide to go for it. They don't get the early cap, but they get the recap immediately.
Yeah, so that was actually a pretty smart jump. It's good that he, or Eevee, she didn't run into the enemy team alone. She waited for her teammates, and they were able to get a really smart push off of that. And now another double kill from Eevee. So playing really strong with that Soda Slosher. I do like this map for Soda Slosher. Very strong weapon. Has a lot of tools here. As Squib is trying to fight his way out of their own court right now. They are able to get Satan, maybe overextending a bit there. But it's a 3v3 situation. Squib has his Booyah Bomb at the ready, and they're going to be using Booyah Bomb armor combo.
He threw away the Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But they do have the bubbles coming out. They do have a lot of ping control, and they have two down.
Yeah, that's okay. The unconventional comp actually working out. Squib making a couple of really crucial plays there, but he does get sniped by the Fire Fin.
Yeah, just as crucial as that snipe from Jimmy, who is Inksync's backline player, and they have they have double bomb rush ready right now. They are popping one, but Jimmy getting rushed from behind. They are able to get zone back, which is probably the most important part. But those players from behind are getting kills.
Yeah, looks like they call it out completely, but they actually do go 2 down again, so they allow Dredge Pirates to get the recap there.
Yeah, so Dredge Pirates again has another opportunity to start getting a lot of control. They have those bubbles out, which is going to be very good for kind of slowing down Inksync's push back. Jamie able to pop some armors there, but sadly not get the kill because armor is a really good special. As ooh, wow, really lucky jump out.
That's that pure quick super jump right there.
Yeah.
That's what every snipe needs to have on zones.
Yeah, you do not live without that. Another crucial snipe on the Dynamo, really taking advantage of that slow speed of the Dynamo to get those picks. But Dredge Lords is able to get the lead in the meantime.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go ahead and recap the zone, Inksync, that is. Well, we'll see if Satan can get this pick. Looks like she gets herself into a 2v1 against the K-Shot right there.
Yeah, but Eevee coming to help out, is able to get a trade, and now Satan looking to go back in the offensive, but the bubbles are out, and going to be forced to retreat once again. I like that Satan is not overextending. She is trying to pair up with her teammates, not going alone, but the sniper does get rushed on Inksync's side. And there's kind of a fight for zone right now. Nice pick
right there.
Yeah, Eevee with the help on that right side flank, which was really good. Satan kind of having the fight alone though because her teammate died and is able to not get a jump out.
That's why you run more than one sub. But Jimmy's right there, able to get the pick, but unfortunately does get picked right back by that Range Blaster, providing constant pressure to the snipe, and I think that's going to be a major problem for Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's been both doing really well at getting picks and creating situations for his team to push in, but that aggro presence from Dredge Pirates has been really strong, and it's gotten them to push all the way to 15 so far. However, Inksync does get the 3-down situation. What do you think they need to do to keep the zone here? Because they've been kind of struggling to keep it for long periods of time.
There's a minute 30. I think, okay, well, one thing is they have to be able to call out when people are on the flipper. Eevee unfortunately goes down there. The other thing is that Jimmy's going to have to get into an aggressive position and make a couple of smart picks. Unfortunately, they're a couple down, so they won't be able to keep the zone. As soon as I was able to talk about it, unfortunately, they went down a couple of people. So I think it just comes down to, you know, positioning, really.
Yeah, speaking of positioning, Spider with a great pick on that sniper there, able to get the splat on the sniper. And again, Dredge Pirates is just going to be able to do what they've been doing the whole set, which is putting really good pressure on Inksync, making it really hard for them to come back in you know, as a team with their specials.
One thing to notice, yeah, Inksync is going to have 4 specials coming out right now, including double bomb rush, if not triple bomb rush.
They are able to get the zone for now. They need to do more to keep it for a long period of time, though. They're going to really need to bunker down for this last half minute if they're going to want to take the lead. They do unfortunately go 2 down. Jimmy's going to be able to jump out and hopefully build some specials because they're going to need specials to get back in at this point.
But looking at the counter, everyone's pretty low on specials right now. I think Inksync will get it faster, but can they get it before they get KO'd by Dredge Pirates?
Yeah, I do find it interesting that Dredge Pirates used their Booyah Bomb there because I feel like it might have been too early, as they could have saved it for that kind of last second, make sure that they hold on to the zone. But an opportunity here. Instinct does lose one, they lose two.
Those
And
picks from Squip, really, really crucial right there.
yeah, really smart positioning from Squip, and they're going to be able to hold Instinct off to get that game 1 victory. So Dredge Pirates jumping out to a quick, well, not a quick, but a game 1 win, which is really important to have the momentum for your first game of the day.
First game.
It means a lot to get off in a winning way.
I think what Instinct needs to approach is the ability. They don't know if they want to be aggressive or safe yet. They had the special rush, and ideally with the special rush you want, best case scenario you want to wipe, but at least you can try and get a couple picks. Unfortunately, with that special rush that they had at the end, they weren't able to get any picks, and they actually ended up going 2 down.
Yeah, I think they had some trouble. Like you said, figuring out if they want to go aggressive or like fall back. I think they need to recognize when they are able to get picks, and if they do get picks, they need to jump on that opportunity more, because I felt that they weren't really being aggressive if they got any kind of advantage. Like at the beginning, there was that moment where Evie got that double with Slosher, but her teammates didn't move up with her to start capping zone and get some in control, and Dredge Pirates really took advantage of that.
Yeah. And Evie was was probably the best primarily aggressor that we were able to see on the spec cam here. What I'd want to see from Instinct in adjustment is the ability to 2v1. So whoever's on the Neo Splash or on the CDS would be with her right there. But as we see, the counter pick is going to be Rainmaker or Blackbelly.
Well, it's not counter picked yet.
Oh, it's not counter picked yet. So this is the pools.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a map list for all of pools. So we're going to be going to Rainmaker Blackbelly.
That's unfortunate.
It is all stats are best of 5 right now.
Right.
So yeah. Still a lot of Splatoon to be played in this set. Hopefully,
I got my favorite map and mode in Game 5, so I'm hoping this goes to Game 5 so I can go.
Well, this is probably one of my favorite map modes right here, Rainmaker Blackbelly. This is a hard mode for a lot of teams. Obviously, it can be so fast-paced and over in the blink of an eye if you are not prepared to, deal with what the other team is throwing at you. This is a mode that takes a lot of coordination, and you cannot play it.
You can't be
silly.
Yeah, you can't be out of position. You have to, especially these first 30 seconds are going to be so important.
Yeah, especially, avoiding a wipe in the beginning, because if you get wiped in the beginning, the other team has all the room to just make a quick push to 30, 20, 10, knockout.
Do we have an
We see it all the time. Do we have what?
Because we got this in one of my pools at SNS, and I was playing with 20 Pew Pew, and we got a 15-second knockout because 2 people were completely out of position when we got the other 2 picks.
Yeah, that's exactly a prime example of what happened. So both these teams are going to need to be on their A game right here going to game 2. Instinct trying to come back from down 1-0 as let's see what they go with. I'm kind of expecting to see that Dynamo again from Squip. Yep, we do see a similar comp. The Machine coming out from, I believe, Strider.
I love that Machine pick. Machine is so strong on Blackbelly. You also see the T-Tech instead of the K-Shot. You see the N-Zap instead of the... I think that is Satan on the N-Zap, so she switches from CDS. And you see the other T-Tech. So it looks like, a lot of different changes, especially from the new patch going into play right here.
Yeah, so Pickle's just building up bomb rush right now, it seems, as they have an arm under their belt. However, they do lose one of their members here. A 3v3 situation. They need to double team this Machine right now.
That's a good pick.
Pickle's able to get the pick, but they're the last alive and still trying to push. Maybe not the smartest push, but they're not dead yet. They haven't been punished yet. They might be able to get the fish here if they're smart, but they're going for the jump, which is interesting.
That was a bad play in my opinion. And they do get punished for it. That's heads up play for Spider being able to get that, but they get the stop anyway. Rainmaker is anyone's game. It's never over till it's over.
Yeah. I mean, all things considered, though, Instinct does do a good job of stopping the Rainmaker there at 63, which by Blackbelly's standards is a really good stop.
Yeah. They do get the pick on the K-Machine, Kenton Machine right there. Let's see if Satan's able to get the pick on the T-Tech. No, Stitch has the heads-up play and gets the double, actually.
Ooh, and a nice snipe from Jimmy to stop that momentum there, as Instinct still trying to do their best to get back to mid, but a crazy, ooh, is that a double direct?
Wow, Spider is popping off with that range block.
And a triple. So Spider definitely on their A game right now, trying to make a wave in their pool. That's a pun. But Dredge is another big opportunity for a push. They have some bubbles out. They do lose one member, but they could take it this left route. There's no one really defending the left. We do have the T-Tech in front, but big picks.
Still only pushing to 44, but look at Spider has really the game awareness to somehow live through all of that chaos.
Yeah.
And come out with his head out.
Yeah, Strider unfortunately not able to get that kill with the splash down there. And they do get picks for it. But another good push from Dredge Lords. They are slowly building that lead. They haven't. I think what's crucial is they have not been wiped yet, and they've been maintaining lead or mid really well. Things like using their specials to keep mid and really taking advantage of any time that any member from Instinct kind of pushes alone.
You know, with these Ray Wars coming out on Raymaker, especially Black Belly, that's a risky play right there. With these Rays, Sting Rays coming out, you gotta question if this is Star Wars or Splatoon.
Oh, that's 3 down on the side of Dredge Pirates, but the surprise splashdown, not able to get the double, but that does slow down Instinct a little bit. That'll give their teammates time to respawn. As Instinct looking to make a big push here. Spider with another nice direct. Just very, very heads-up positioning and good job protecting that lead.
I still think Instinct, never mind. They did have the momentum. Unfortunately, they're going to have to get a decent amount of people back in with these jumps. And Pickles is playing a little aggro. But they do get some picks down on Dredge Pirates. They might be able to take lead here.
See, I feel like Pickles is pushing up alone a bit too much. They are a +1 on this team. They were added as, you know, a 4th because of the incomplete roster. So that chemistry might not be there yet, but it's something I would need to see them improve on if they want to come back in this set right now. However, it's still a pretty close game.
Definitely. And we see another laser coming out, waving that lightsaber around. They will get the Rainmaker. It's going to stop a lot of momentum there.
Strider kind of hanging around on this right side, trying to shark for a pick, but the Rainmaker's going to start pushing mid. If Strider isn't quick to get back to the Rainmaker, this could be lead for Instinct. Squip trying to defend
If he gets
the push.
that jump, no, he doesn't get the jump, and
that's
there's a full wipe.
Yeah, wow. So, I mean, just a good job from, again, Dredge Pirates with their positioning and their ability to, you know, keep enough pain to defend that push. But a crazy double from that bomb there.
No, that's spicy right there.
Zillard was visibly shocked. He flinched from that bomb. That even shook him.
No, I went pog face right there for a second.
But Instinct gonna be again just trying to get some control, some form of push going. They do get 2 down, but the Rainmaker was picked really early in that push. I just feel like they're pushing a bit too solo. They're not really together right now. They're not using a bunch of specials together, whereas Dredge Pirates always seems to know where they want to be and what specials they want to use at what time.
One thing I need to commend is Dredge Pirate. They actually have their specials, and
oh my god, that's a collateral
from Jimmy.
Jimmy, don't do it to him.
One thing I want to commend from Dredge Pirates is that they're actually stopping Instinct when they have their specials. You saw, what's his name?
This is an opportunity here, though. This could be it. Wow.
That's 1 point. Wow.
That was a triple from Instinct, and they were still not able to get it despite the Ray. But
there you go.
That's Satan sneaking in there, not able to get the pick, and that's a really crazy comeback. And that's exactly what Black Belly is all about. That taking advantage of any misplay from the other team is how you win on this map. It's being able to find those opportunities and make the most of them. You know, even when you can play a good game, you know, for 4 or 5 minutes, but if one team has a great game for 1 minute, 30 seconds, that can be all you need to take the lead here. And that's exactly what just happened. So now it's going to be 1-1, Dredge Pirates and Instinct. That has to be up for Instinct's mentality. Just being able to come back at the very end.
Yeah, I feel like they had a moment of clarity, and what ended up happening was Pickles got picked off with the bomb rush. I thought they were going to be able to bomb rush, but unfortunately they went a little aggro and got picked off by Stitch. But what happened was after Jimmy got that collat kill, Pickles was able to jump right back in and pop the bomb rush, and that bomb rush helped them take the lead in the very last second.
Yeah, they were after that collateral, they were also able to get a Strider who was already pushing up, not expecting a collateral to happen. They were able to take advantage of that, get the triple. The Rainmaker did die, and they had 3 go down, but Satan was in position to just play sneaky and get that lead, and that kind of heads-up play is exactly what helps you win games.
Yeah, honestly, that was absolutely amazing. So go on.
Yeah, so we're going to be going to tower control on Wahoo. Pretty big vibe switch. Pretty big switch up from that last map.
I'd say TC Wahoo is the biggest culprit of games ending in the 60s.
Yeah, like
no one's pushing past 40 points.
Like 80-70 games, 60-70. It's a much more slow-paced game because it can be very hard to push that tower past that, even past the middle of the map. There's so much ground to cover on the map. There's so many different ways the opponent can attack you, and it just makes it hard. You have to be a really coordinated team to take that control of that pit area.
And the other thing is that we've seen the Dynamo come out from Dredge Pirates twice now. But, Dynamo is pretty strong on tower control, but this is a really large map. I'm wondering if they're going to shake up their comp. I think we've seen the range blaster for Spider. I don't expect that to change at all. I'm just curious as if there's going to be anything major changing.
Honestly, I don't really expect. Like I said, they kind of have those weapon specialists. Spider's been popping off with the range blaster. Squip has been doing really good with the Dynamo. And I feel like their teamwork has been pretty good as a whole. Like I said, they played a good game for basically the entirety of that last game. Aside from that very ending. And being able to play kind of a complete game will help on tower control Wahoo, where you can kind of slow it down, play more deliberately. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went with something pretty similar.
We already saw the Ray Wars, but do you think we're going to see another round of Ray Wars here, or do you think there's not going to be a lot of Stingrays on this map?
I think we can probably expect one. I mean, it's tower control. There's always a place for Stingray on tower control. Even when you sometimes see a switch to more Booyahs or other kind of specials. I think there's always a place for Stingray, so we might just see that here. And
here we go.
Oh, Squip switching to the Charger.
Okay, that's interesting.
This is something I've seen from Squip before. I've seen him play a lot just over from lands in the past years. So he's definitely not unfamiliar with it, and I think that's a very interesting pick. That'll let him contest the other team's Charger. Jimmy did have a really good game last game.
He really did. Jimmy made the play of the game on
His name might not be that out there, but he is very formidable as a backline. And this is going to be, that's a really good way to get back into mid for our Ink-Sync. And we're going to see how their aggression is going to be able to play out here.
Oh, Pickle's getting a huge pick right there on Strider, on the end zap, so it's going to kill their armor. Not only that, but they get the pick on the K-Pro as well.
Yeah, interesting that we see Pickle switch to the Glaster here, because they were playing like Splash last game. Pretty different switch up, but I think that might be something that can work for him, as he does like to play pretty aggro.
Oh, unfortunately, he doesn't. That's some cheese right there. that was some spaghetti.
But that's letting the Grim direct you after like 3 misses is also spaghetti. So, trading a bit of it, but, kind of a neutral situation right now. Dredge Pirates does have 2 specials at the ready, though, which will be pretty big for them if they can get a push going with them. They do have most of mid, so they have an opportunity if they would take the initiative. They do see the Booyah Bomb coming out, so they are going to start a push here.
I think the Junior is trying to get that armor for that checkpoint right there. Unfortunately, the K-Pro does go out. There's the armor coming out, and there's 3 down, so I expect them to be able to clear this checkpoint. Let's see if they get a little bit further, too.
Yeah, they'd have 2 down. This is a really big opportunity for them. That Ray was able to scare them off a bit, maybe get a pick, as we see mostly people on the right here for Inks, for Dredge Pirates. No one really in front of the tower on the left side, and we're going to see if they're going to be able to fend off right now as EV's starting to rush it. They are able to get the pick there. Jimmy taking up that high position, and that's kind of just an example of, not being able to pushing in front of the tower is something that's really important. You might be able to watch that right flank, but if they're able to just rush the tower from one side, it's going to get harder to get a good push.
That's a nice pick right there from Jimmy, catching the flanker. Fortunately, he's not able to fully clear out the tower. One thing that you need to notice about tower control is that you have to treat the tower as a 5th member. You have to always be playing around it. If you're going to tower control just to get kills, some of them are splash, some of them may not actually be that important.
Yeah. Strider managing to live there, get back to his teammate, and again, Dredge Pirates, like they've kind of been doing the whole set, just doing a really good job of not getting wiped and keeping up so much aggression. Really good teamwork on that pick there. Strider has the opportunity to go aggro on this pro because he has his teammate to the right of him. Just really good plays. Strider's been moving well. Dredge Lords as a unit has been moving well, covering their bases, just maintaining so much map control. Those missiles are going to be forced Jimmy to kind of move out of position. And
you see Spider's K-Pro getting all the way up in their grill right there.
Yeah.
Stitch getting the pick on Pickles. Can he get the end zap? No, the end zap doesn't. He pick them off. But that you have to wonder if their momentum is almost entirely attributed to the fact that they can stealth jump into the fray every single time they get one down.
And you see, it's things like, you know, Satan was able to get that double there, but it was at the cost of her own life. And when a team has so much map control, even when you get it to like a 3v2 situation, not having all your members up makes it really hard to even get back into mid, especially on a slow delivery map like this. They are finally managing some mid control here. They do get some missiles off on the opposition. And they have 2 more special delivery, and they get 2 down. That K shot is going to be a little bit out of position there in that left carousel. So this could be a really good push for them.
But they don't actually get him out. They're trying to suss him out. Pickles does get the pick. That's important.
Yeah.
And they're being really mindful of where everyone is, trying to put pressure. But the raid takes out 2.
Yeah, again,
30 seconds left, that might be the entire push.
Again, Jimmy is just has been so efficient and so heads up with his plays. He knows when to jump out, when to use that ray. He knows when he's getting pressured and not to go for picks. But when he does go for it,
he may have it switched up there. It was
it was Squib.
Yeah, Squib who got the raise off of
My
Jimmy.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think it applies to both. I think they've both been doing a great job.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Dredge Lords has been just been like I said, on such a slow, deliberate map. When you are able to play so consistently, it can be really not easy, but you put yourself in a really good position to control the game like they kind of did. I felt like if you're thinking like time of possession, just the amount of time they had the tower and had map, had zone, they were able to control it for so long and really control the pace of that game.
They never got full white.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that, well, Ink State also had a couple of distended wipes, but the fact that they were always able to have, Dredge Pirates always had position, they always had turf control. That's the whole game right there. Exactly,
yeah. When you are able to consistently apply those fundamental aspects of control, map control, positioning, avoiding wipes, you can play a really strong game every time. You are always in a position to win when you play those fundamentals well. And that's kind of what Dredge Pirates has been doing. Really impressive for a pickup, by the way.
You hear you have solo? You hear that, teammates?
Hey, man, this is not the time for your assault, buddy. But yeah, I'm really impressive because, I mean, obviously Dredge Pirates has 2 members of Dredge Lords who have a lot of experience with each other, but, you know, picking up 2 other teammates from completely different teams and able to show that much teamwork against an established team like InkSync, really impressive from Dredge Pirates, and I think they're in a great position to potentially take the set in this next game. They're up 2-1.
But if there's anything that's going to cause some cheese, cause a little shake it up a little bit, it's Rainmaker, and it's what we got next. We got Clam Blitz Inkblot. Talk a little bit about Clam Blitz Inkblot.
So do you like Clam Blitz for InkSync right now? Do you think that that might give them some tools to work with?
Knowing them, they have some of their strongest showings on Clam Blitz. Clam Blitz is probably one of their best performances in terms of map and in terms of modes. I'll expect to see a lot of baller pushes, a lot of jumping with the clams, a lot of turf control, and expect to see some bubble cheese as well.
You think so? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, they had bubbles in the previous set, right? Or was that?
They have not gone any bubbles yet, but I'm probably expecting really more Eevee on the Slosher Deco, perhaps.
Could be.
That's what I'm expecting.
I mean, it's Inkblot. Slosher can be pretty strong here. I mean, really, you don't really know what to expect from a lot of teams with their Clam Blitz strategy. Obviously, there's a lot of different things you can do. Ballers, cheese. But also, I feel like a team like Dredge Pirates, if they can play it smart, they have just as good of a chance because when you get past the cheese of Clam Blitz, it comes down to the same fundamentals, which is controlling the map, avoiding wipes, especially avoiding wipes. When you can avoid giving up map, especially on a push, like a lot of teams will push and just wipe off of it. If you can avoid doing that, you can still control the clam economy, as we like to call it. You can control the amount of clams that your team has versus the amount of clams the other team has. And you really limit their opportunities to even create that cheese, those kind of cheesy pushes.
A little bit of spaghetti in there as well. Yeah, it really just comes down to the thing about turfing and clamblets is that the more map you turf, the more you can see where the clams are spawning. So then you can just hold on to all the clams, all the footballs that you want. And once you're able to do that, then you can get your specials because you've turfed. Once you get your specials, then you can push in. It's just avoiding the wipe.
Yeah, so really this game can go either way. I mean, it's 2-1. These are two very closely seeded teams. Inksync is definitely going to have their back to the wall here,
Right.
and that might be to Dredge Pirate's advantage. But if it's anything they proved in the Rainmaker game, they can come back from those dire situations.
Yeah.
So
and let's not forget that every single game in pools here is going to matter for seeding for potential redemption bracket. So as we see Pickles on the Ink Crush. That's an interesting pick, and we do see the Squeezer. And let me get a shout out for the Bamboo. Shout out Jimmy on the Bamboo from Inksync.
honestly, with how strong Jimmy is at Charger, if he is a really strong Bamboo, it would not surprise me either. But really interesting comp from Inksync. We have the Brush just going to collect clams, as you see Pickles doing right here. They're completely avoiding the blaster because he's just running around. But it's a 2v2 situation now, so Pickles might have to take a bit of a different approach, help out his teammate Jimmy. They're not going to want to give up too much map here. He is able to get the football. He's trying to just go for it, but gets quickly fended off. Strider, obviously.
Quick heads-up play from Strider right
Yeah,
there.
knowing the positioning, knowing, probably spotting what Pickles is trying to do, running around the map there. And that's actually going to be Dredge Pirates killing the other two remaining members of Inksync.
Yeah. I'd like to give a shout out to, I believe that is, not Strider, Spider on the custom range blaster. Arguably one of the least popular bubble weapons. However, being a range blaster, what else could you expect?
Yeah, and Spider has been obviously using it really well here. Inksync is going to lose another member as Stitch trying to make some space with those missiles. Does go down though by the other missiles.
Yeah.
And kind of a standstill. They unfortunately waste that power clam by throwing it up there, maybe expecting that push to start happening. And Inksync is going to be able to spot Squip in hiding there. Not a lot Squip can do as that slow weapon.
With that dynamo,
He was trying to get a shark kill, but heads-up play, painting the map from Satan, able to get that pick. And this is an opportunity for Inksync to start getting some fans and start getting some turf.
Yeah, unfortunately Jimmy goes down before he gets special. They get 2 down. I was just about to say that they have some special economy there, but if they're not able to get those, live through those picks and get a little bit more turf and win those engagements. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to head the other way as we see 2 specials available on the side of Dredge Pirate. The armor does go out. And there's a couple more specials as well.
Yeah.
But
Booyah's going to be coming out. They are able to get it off on that right side. This is a little bit of opportunity to start again, but quick.
Wow, that's a double from Jimmy from the Bamboo.
Yeah, I think Pickles was able to help with that brush behind him, getting behind them. Obviously, that ability for the brush to move around the map so quickly opens up that opportunity for those double teams. But he does get picked down by Stitch. Stitch looking for the double, not able to get it. Going to take it a bit slow, but that's okay because they have opportunity to get map here after those picks.
2 minutes gone with no scores. You do see the Squeezer get picked off by the K-Shot, but this is still a lot of time left in this game.
Stitch is playing really well right now. We just saw about 3 kills in a row.
Right.
Really good positioning, really knowing when his teammates are putting some attention on those people so he can go for those pushes. And like that, we see 2 people pushing from the right plat right there as Stitch was able to get that flank. And now this should be an opportunity for the push, but they don't have very many clams, which is the issue.
They have the control. They have
all 3 members on the plat right now, but no clams.
But I will say, being able to bag Jimmy into that corner was a smart play. But as they're passing clams in, they get the bubbles out. That's important. But I don't think they'll be able to do anything with it.
Big kill from Pickles there, stopping Spider, who had 9 clams. So that was their power clam there. So again, another example of just not being able to control the clams and get the push going off quickly enough. And
there you see a rare moment of lack of synergy on the side of Dredge Pirates. They have the mechanical skill to be able to get the picks, but unfortunately they weren't on the same page with who's got clams.
Yeah, but just as quickly, they're able to get a lot more map control. I feel something I've been noticing is Inksync kind of has a habit of splitting up once they get some picks. Like I said, we kind of saw it in some earlier games, but they have not been able to really, when they get picks, move as a unit together and get map together as a whole. They're kind of splitting up and not really tackling. They're tackling multiple things at a time instead of focusing, okay, let's get map first and then get some specials and clams. They're playing very disjointed, and that's been letting Dredge Pirate get a lot of map. But a big pick from Satan's bomb right there is going to let them have an opportunity. They have the clams. They don't have any specials yet, though.
Yeah, it looks like the Squeezer, they both go down. See, that's the kind of thing where it's all about awareness. You have to be able to see, should both of us be here in this close quarters? But there you see Pickles just watching, and Dayton does get couple down as well. Can they shut the Booyah? They do get the Booyah.
That's a
There's
full wipe.
wipe.
This might be the opportunity Inksync has been waiting for. A full wipe is something that is very hard to get on Dredge Pirates. However, every time, both of these teams have just continuously been in position to stop the pushes.
Right.
I think there just needs to be some kind of formula change here. Some team needs to just use all their specials at once to get in at this point, because both teams have been defending really well, and we're about to approach overtime without any score, which is
no clams
insane.
No clams on the side of Inksync. And 15 and a power clam coming in from the side of Dredge Pirates. They don't have specials, but they do get a crucial pick.
Yeah, Pickles has been playing really good with that brush, being able to just move quickly onto anyone trying to push.
And here we have potential 3-minute overtime coming into play. You see the missiles coming out, but you don't really see a lot of clams, and they're playing very, very patient on the side of Dredge Pirates. Just as I say that, he drops down into flat, unfortunately.
Yeah. Inksync being very aggressive here. They're going to be able to put. Ooh, but I think that was Jimmy getting a bamboo pick as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but Dredge Lords, this is their opportunity. They might be able to win the game here. The bubbles are going to come out.
There's the game. That's
wow.
It. Wow.
So
3-1 on the side of Dredge Pirates. That was chaotic.
That took what, 5 minutes 30 seconds to even get a score in, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Really good play. I saw really good play from Sitch. I think his positioning and aggression was really good the whole time.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the main opportunity created for Dredge Pirates.
Absolutely.
Especially towards the end, they were able to take advantage of where Inksync